So now I'm going to show you an option if you're sending a Microsoft form. Maybe you use this to recap in your class, or maybe if you have a group of individuals that you're sending it to that may benefit from being able to translate each question and the title. So when you are in the setup of the document itself or the form, up in the top corner, you have three little dots. There we go. I've just moved the frame so you can see those a little bit easier. So when you click on those three little dots, it means that there's settings. There's more information there. So we want to go into multilingual. And at the moment, it has English US as the primary language, and it doesn't actually, or it's not actually allowing me to change that to English Ireland. But you can add different languages. Okay, so you can see I've added French here. I'm going to add a different language now. So from the language list, you can see there is a huge amount of choice. So I'm going to actually click on Portuguese. And what you need to do with this is actually translate every single question with it. So it's not hugely tutor friendly or whoever is setting it up friendly because you do need to translate for every language and every question. So how you do this is you select the language and click on the little edit pen here. And here we have the space to fill in. So what I'm going to do is I am going to highlight, I'm going to copy, paste, and now I'm going to do the same. So I'm going to highlight, I'm going to copy, and I'm going to paste it into this little answer box here. So that sets that translation in there for this particular title. I then need to come down and click on the question here. And again, I'm going to highlight, copy. I have my Google Translate tab here. Get rid of our previous one, paste. And now again, we're going to copy back into our form and paste in there. And you literally go down through the whole form, do the same thing for each question. And there is no save button with this. Once you have finished, you just click on the little back button there. So if I go into preview, you will see that we have the option up here. We have French is available, although I haven't added a translation for that, and Portuguese is available here. So if I click on Portuguese, you will see what I have translated changes, but what I have not translated does not change. So there is a little bit of work involved with that. So it's totally up to you whether you use that. However, there is an easier way. It does, have a little bit of work involved with your students or whoever you're sending the form to. If they are familiar with Immersive Reader, this might be an easier option for translating in Microsoft Forms. So right beside each question, you'll see there is the Immersive Reader icon there, okay? So they can click on the Immersive Reader, and when they're in Immersive Reader, among the many other tools that make it really useful, if we click on the reading preferences up here, we have a translate function over here. So if they select document, it will actually translate that particular question for them. Okay, now there is a little bit of back and forth with it. They will have to come back out and do the same again for each individual question. So they just click on the Immersive Reader beside each question, go into the reading preferences, select their language, and then click on document to actually translate each individual question. Make sure they can click on the X up here because you don't want them missing out on part of the question because that menu is open. So it is another option that you can teach your students or make whoever you're sending the form to aware that it is a facility available in Immersive Reader if you don't want to have to manually translate each individual question.